What's up, you guys? Welcome to the video. As always, thank you so much for clicking on it. Before this video starts, I want to let you guys know that I will be at the Olympia. I'm not sure if I've stated that on video, but I will be there. So the day that this video comes out will actually be the day that I'm traveling to Las Vegas to go to the Olympia. So if you're going to be there, please feel free to say hi. I'm going to be there with Gamma Labs. We're not going to have a booth, so we're just going to be walking around. So make sure you're following me on like Snapchat and all that stuff, just so I can give you guys updates on where I am throughout the day so I can meet you guys. But I just wanted to say that. Now let's get into the Q&A. Alright, so jumping straight into the Q&A, I debated where I wanted to put this question because I'm sure it's the main reason why a lot of you guys clicked on the video. Let's be honest. I'm sure it's going to be in the title somewhere. So, oh, my heart's like beating faster than it was before. So, you know, the main question that I got on this Q&A, which I knew would happen, it's not like I'm stupid or anything, was just, you know, people were asking, you know, is me and Jessie still together? Me and my girlfriend still together? And I think you can tell by the way that I'm acting right now that we're not together anymore. She ended it. It was her decision, and it's one of those ones that, you know, I respect it, and like I understand where she was coming from. You know, not to get too into it, because I thought about. I've put a lot of thought into, you know, how I wanted to really announce this and like tell you guys, because I felt like that was needed, and I felt like I did need to, you know, let you guys know what's going on, because just for me personally, I love talking to you guys and being very honest with you guys. So, you know, I contemplated making a full video about it, and I just thought about it, and I was like, you know, I really don't want to make a whole video about this. Not that it's not important, and not that it's not huge, but, you know, personally for me, I just don't want to have a video on my channel that's all about me getting broken up with, you know? So basically what happened was, you know, it's kind of like the whole thing, like she said, it's not you, it's me. So she said it's herself, you know, it's one of those things that I think, I believe with my whole heart that if you're in a relationship with someone and you're very serious about that relationship, you both have to be okay with who you are as a person. You both have to be 100% who you are, 100% everything. You know, you have to be happy with who you are. And if you get in a relationship with somebody and you're not 100%, you can't give 100% in that relationship. You know, and a lot of these are her words, so don't think that I'm like some psychologist or making all this up. But, you know, you can't give 100% in a relationship if you're not feeling like who you want to be in your life, you know? And that's kind of what it was, you know? She didn't feel like she was 100% who she wanted to be, so, you know, she felt like it was best for her and for me, because she didn't feel like it was fair to keep, you know, us to be together if she really wasn't 100% sure of who she was and who she wanted to be in the future. And, you know, I really respect that, because, you know, obviously I had no intentions of ending it, so it would have just, you know, kept going, and those feelings would have probably never left, and they would have been there forever. So, you know, it's a good thing that we ended when we did. And you know, I want to say there's no animosity between us. Like, I totally understand where she was coming from. I get it, and I totally respect her decision. So it's not like we hate each other. We see each other still at the gym. You guys will probably still see her in videos in the background and stuff like that, because, you know, we're still friends. We still talk every once in a while, you know, and it's, you know, obviously it's not the same or anything like that, but yeah, I feel like I really needed to say that, and I did want to just put it in the beginning of this video, because I don't want to make you guys watch a bunch of stuff if you're not interested in that. But yeah, that's pretty much, I guess, like the best answer I could really give you guys on that. But let's get into the more fun questions in this Q&A. So Eric Mandival asked me, if you could make a video with anyone in the world, who would it be? And I gotta say that I would definitely choose The Rock. If you guys don't know who that is, I mean, I feel like everyone knows who that is. If you guys don't follow him on like Instagram and stuff, he is so motivating. And I've watched WWE when I was a kid. It was called WWF when I was younger, and, you know, I watched him be, you know, The Rock on there, and like the fact that he's so huge in everything now, and like he, you know, he loves working out, he loves fitness, so I really think that would be a really cool video. And, you know, if you're watching this, The Rock, like, hit me up or something. Burgers and Box Jumps asked, do you ever see yourself entering a CrossFit competition? I absolutely do see myself doing that. I'm not sure when that would be, but I really could, like, I see that as being a goal of mine, you know, something that would be really fun to do, to document for you guys to see. And I mean, it would be that next step, you know what I mean? I did the bodybuilding show, I got into bodybuilding, did the bodybuilding show, I've gotten into CrossFit. You know, obviously I don't think right now I'm at the level where I need to be to compete, but it's definitely something that I think would be really fun, and would be really fun to share with you guys. So definitely something that I want to do. So a couple people asked this question in like different variations variations of this question. So basically it was, should I be afraid of carbs? Are carbs okay when you're losing weight? Now, you guys know what I believe about nutrition. I firmly believe in if it fits your macros. I firmly believe in calories in versus calories out, because usually when people are asking that question, they're focused on weight loss. So carbs, there's nothing wrong with carbs. There's carbs, there's fats, there's protein. All they are macronutrients, and you just have to find that balance that works for you, that keeps you satiated. Some people like higher fat and lower carbs. Some people do better on higher carbs, lower fat. Some people do good on higher protein, moderate protein. It really doesn't matter. There shouldn't be one macro that you're terrified of. I think it's all about finding that balance. And then obviously, you guys know this, you have to be in a caloric deficit. So it doesn't matter. You can eat 3 grams of carbs and still be in a surplus and gain weight. It's just how that works. Or you could eat 400 grams of carbs and still be in a deficit and lose weight. So you have to find your TDEE and all of that stuff. I will link the video to find that out. I put it in a lot of my descriptions, but it's probably one of my best videos when it comes to weight loss. But don't be afraid of carbs. Just understand that they're calories and you have to make sure you're in a deficit. So this person has a pretty interesting name. Bob Shoots people asked, if you've literally never been in shape, is it better to work with a personal trainer or go it alone? And he said that I'm an inspiration. Thank you very much, Bob. So that's actually a really, really good question, because I understand how daunting it can be, especially if you're like trying to lose weight and then you just immediately go into a gym. It's really daunting. If you've never been into a gym and trying to enter a gym and do everything on your own, it really is daunting. Now with a personal trainer, I think personal trainers are great, and I think that there's great personal trainers out there, but on the same coin, there's some terrible personal trainers out there as well that only care about literally making money, which is understandable, and I get it. Everyone has to make a living. I get that, but just make sure that if you are gonna hire a personal trainer, make sure you kind of screen them. Ask them like, what is it that you can do for me? Are you gonna help me with my diet? Because we all know that diet is 90% of weight loss. So if you're going into the gym trying to lose weight and that's your main focus, you should focus on the weight loss, the diet side of things much more than you're focused on what you're doing in the gym. Now, again, what you're doing in the gym is important, but you should mainly be focused on your diet. Now, can a personal trainer help you? Absolutely. But make sure that personal trainer is like texting you throughout the week, asking you how you're doing, asking you what you're eating, asking you all of these things. That stuff's really important. And if they don't care about that, and the only time they ever talk to you is when you're with them for an hour during your session, they're not doing what they should be doing. So just make sure you screen your personal trainer and try and find someone that's gonna do well for you. Now, if money is an issue, I would say skip a personal trainer, because you can learn everything online. But if money, like if you have the money and you want to spend it on your health, then definitely you can get a personal trainer 100%. But just make sure that person cares about you and doesn't only care about the money that you're giving them. 2 questions here. So, have you been discouraged from gaining weight after losing so much, and then do you feel guilty after eating bad? So I'll answer the first one first. So have I ever been discouraged? I think anybody that has lost weight, obviously, and if they've lost a big amount of weight, they're always worried. You don't want to gain the weight back, obviously. So definitely, there's been times where I've been like frustrated or feeling like maybe progress isn't moving as fast as it could be. But like I've gotten to a point now, and I'm being completely honest, that like I'm to a point where I'm not scared of gaining weight, because I know what it will take for me to gain weight, and I know what it will take for me to lose weight. Like that thought of fear and stuff isn't there, because I understand everything so well. It's hard to explain, but like I understand what I would have if I ended up gaining 50 pounds. It wouldn't be because like I'm trying my hardest and I just don't know what's going on. It would be because I'm not doing what I should be doing. It would be because I'm not making the right decisions. It would be all of those things. Like that is what would happen. So I'm not really scared of that, because I know that I'm not going to get to that point. And if I do get to that point, I'll understand that that's why I'm gaining weight. Does that make sense? Like I'll understand that the reason that I'm gaining weight is because I'm not doing what I need to do. And second question is, do I feel guilty after eating bad? Now, for me personally, I think it's really important to not put labels on food. Now, I know that's easier said than done. Trust me, I get it. But when I say don't put labels on food, it's like if you see broccoli, you think healthy. If you see a donut, you think unhealthy. So then when you eat broccoli, when you eat chicken, when you eat all these healthy foods that you label as healthy, you feel good, right? Good job, you did a great job. But then when you start to put these negative labels on food, like on donuts or on Snickers bars or on soda, or I don't think anybody should drink soda really, but like things like that, if you eat that, you feel guilty and you feel bad and you feel like you did something wrong. So that usually sparks that, well, you know, I ate the donut, so I'm doing bad anyways, might as well eat 14 more. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what starts happening. So that's why I don't really like the labels on food. Again, like I said, I get that it's way easier said than done. Like, it's hard if you've lost a lot of weight to get yourself to eat 2 donuts and be like, you know, it's fine. It was 500 calories. It's totally good. But I really think that if you're able to find, you know, that balance of being able to be like, hey, a donut is this many calories, it has this much fat in it, it has this many carbs in it, I understand what it will do to me. It's not gonna make me fat all of a sudden for eating 1 donut. It's not, because that's not gonna happen, right? 1 donut isn't gonna make you fat, 1 salad isn't gonna make you skinny. You know, that's super cheesy sounding, but it's true. So I don't feel guilty. The only time that I'll feel like upset with myself is if I plan on being like, okay, I'm done eating today, I'm not gonna eat anything, and then I go and eat maybe like a little extra something, but that's about as bad as it gets. Now that's now though. I've definitely dealt with binging and dealt with issues where I did have that bad relationship with food, and I would eat 1 donut or 1 little thing that wasn't really that bad, but then I would tell myself, I'm a failure, I've messed up, I can't believe myself, I'm just gonna eat everything that's in the house, and I would binge on stuff. So like I said, it's a lot easier said than done, but it's definitely something that I'm really proud of, that I've gotten so much better at since in the last like 7-8 months. Like, seriously, my life has changed so much in that time. Just being able to have that relationship with food and understand if I have a donut, it's not the end of the world. It's just a donut, you know? So it's hard to answer that question, but you know, I've been there, but right now I don't feel like that. Heart and Food asks, aren't you afraid sometimes of overtraining since you've started CrossFit? You have been doing 2 workouts a day with bodybuilding. Be careful, love your videos. Thank you for your concern. I'm not really super worried about overtraining. The way I think about it is like people that do football and people that do all these sports, like they do 2-a-days all the time. The most I'll do 2-a-days is maybe about 3 times a week, and in those 2-a-days usually I'll work out in the morning. So usually I'll actually eat in the morning, work out right after that, and then I'll eat again, make sure, like right now I'm actually doing a 2-a-day today. So I worked out this morning, I'm doing this, I ate a bunch of food just right before I started recording this, and I'm gonna go to the gym later. So I just make sure that I'm definitely fueling my body enough, and like if I'm feeling really, you know, just beat down and tired, I just will skip one of the sessions. But you know, I've really been enjoying it. I'm not really worried about it at all because I feel like they're different enough to where I'm not, you know, because bodybuilding and CrossFit, they're completely different things. So I'm not really too worried about overtraining in that aspect, at least. I love this name. You're my Juan and only. Is a gym membership a necessity to lose weight and keep it off? No, not at all. Definitely not. I lost probably the first like 40 pounds, maybe 30 pounds without a gym membership because I couldn't afford one. Weight loss, especially extreme weight loss when you're losing a lot of weight, is 90%, I say this all the time, is 90% diet. So if you're able to get your diet in check, you can go out, walk, you can, you know, I recommend being physical in some aspect, you know, try and get out there, do something with your body, but having a gym membership is not a necessity and it shouldn't be an excuse, because I know many people, I'm actually training someone right now, Barnacles, you know, he has a huge YouTube channel and he's done a great job of losing weight without a gym membership. Well, I think he has a gym membership, but he hasn't been going to the gym. You know, he's just focusing right now, he's focused on just losing the weight and getting to a healthy weight, and then he's gonna start going to the gym. He doesn't know that yet, but you know, if you're watching this, Barnacles, that's happening. So, you know, he's focused on losing the weight first, and I think it's working for him, and it's, you know, everyone's different. Like, if you want to get a gym membership, definitely go ahead and do that. But if you can't afford it, don't spend a bunch of your money on getting a gym membership that you don't think you're gonna use or anything like that. You know, spend your money on food, spend your money on other things other than a gym membership. So you definitely don't need a gym membership to lose weight. So for the last question, Alexis.Cox asked, have you ever hit a spot, basically she's asking about plateaus. Have you ever hit a spot where you just couldn't lose the rest of the weight you wanted to after losing like a, you know, a certain amount, and how did you get past it? So actually, I've been there. When I lost the bulk of my weight, and I never really had to deal with that too much. I was pretty like militant and very vigilant with my calories, and I made sure that if I wasn't losing weight, I did something about it. You know, I would change something up. But you know, when I got down to like, especially like in the competition, but like before the competition, I had been down to like 190, and I never ever was able to break under 190. I couldn't do it. Like for like when I first started my channel, that's about when I was in that area where I just could not break 190 pounds no matter what I would do. And you know, when I first started my channel, I wasn't in the healthiest state of mind as far as food is concerned. I was a binge eater. I would really restrict myself for about 3 to 4 days, and then I would just binge really bad for one day. And it just became normal for me, and I really didn't understand. I would have conversations with Brian. I didn't understand what was going on, and it wasn't until I decided to maybe up my calories a little bit. I know that sounds weird, but I actually upped my calories a little bit to make it so I wasn't so starving on those days that I would binge. So I stopped binging, but you know, that's obviously, that didn't work. That didn't make me lose the weight that I was trying to get to, but it made me stop binging, which was very helpful for me. But as you guys know, when I competed, I was 180 pounds, so obviously I broke that plateau at some point, and what it was just one of those things, you know, you have a level where you think you're being really strict and you're being on point, but you just have to go a little bit higher, and that's literally what it was. It was like I was being on point with my diet, I was being on point with my cardio and stuff, but there was another level that I wasn't hitting, and once I hit that, like once I decided, okay, like I'm gonna be really on point with this, I'm not gonna mess up, I'm not gonna make excuses, that's when I was able to break that 190 pound barrier finally, and it was actually when I was in contest prep, so you guys can see how difficult that was for me and how, you know, how drastic of a change I needed to make. So yeah, that was the only plateau that I hit for a long period of time. You know, I had little tiny ones when I was losing the bulk of my weight, but nothing too crazy. But yeah, that 190 pound barrier that I had to get under for the show was definitely the longest sticking point that I had. It was literally like 7 months, 8 months that I was just staying in the same area. And you know, but the thing is like I stayed consistent and I didn't let it break me. You know, I didn't just be like, oh well, I can't lose any more weight, so I might as well gain it all back. You know, I never did that. And I always kind of looked at that and I didn't really understand why people think like that, because you've already made so much progress. You know, at 190 pounds, I had already lost 170 pounds, you know, so why would I just throw that all away because I couldn't lose the extra 5 pounds that I wanted to lose, you know? So, you know, just stay on point, but maybe even add in a little bit of more on pointness, so you're able to break that plateau a little bit easier. So that is going to conclude the Q&A, you guys. It's been a long time since I've done one of these, so hopefully it wasn't too terrible. If you stuck around the whole time, obviously you have, because you're here right now. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And you know, for the people that only came for the first question, I do understand where you're coming from, and I understand that that's probably the most interesting question in this Q&A. So again, I want to say thank you guys so much for listening, for watching, and for supporting me always. I really appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. There's one other thing that I wanted to say. Oh yeah, look how buff I am.
Obey the warning signs, and when there are flashing lights or wigwags, don't attempt to cross until they come to a complete stop.